future of talk is here. Power 102 Digital.
Yes, indeed. The future is of talk is right here at Power 102 Digital. It's Power 102 Digital Tuesday, and the Hard Talk Trinity starts now. I have with me as my special guest Mr. Nicholas Alexander, the chairman of the Grand Riviere Chocolate Company. Good afternoon, sir, and how are you?
Good afternoon. I'm fine, thank you. And yourself?
Nice. I'm good. I'm good. I've been hearing so much about this chocolate company, but before we get into that, tell us a little bit about yourself and you know, a little bio of yourself.
Well, I'm originally from the southern end of the island,
Mm.
married and living in Grand River over 25 years now, and actually got started in conservation with the Grand River Nature Tour Guides Association, involved about 24 plus years in conservation and protecting the turtles and so on.
Oh,
Um, don't want to live anywhere else in the world. It's really beautiful up here. Um, it, it it was easy for me to make the move because it have all the things that I love.
oh, okay.
And being able to create things and self-employed is what I love.
Okay. Well, I realize you are linked with the Grand River Nature Tour Guides Association. I had a nice exclusive chat with Mr. Len the other day, and it was
Yeah.
really interesting, really interesting. Now you're into the cocoa slash chocolate business. Whose idea was it? Give us a walk us through the influence, the motivation, and the unfolding of this chocolate company, as you call it.
All right. So being involved in the conservation aspect of it, we always in touch with like minds as ourselves. So in 2017, we have friends in Brasseco,
Mhm.
and they learned to make chocolate and asked us if we would like to learn to make chocolate, and we said yes.
Mhm.
Um, we subsequently went down there into Brasseco. They taught us how to make chocolate. They taught us how to make the normal or regular 60% dark chocolate.
Mhm.
And with that, we came back. They supplied us with one each in the small machinery. And we came back home and started experimenting. And today, we have 6 bars and are drinking chocolate. By experimenting with the drinking chocolate, we
Mhm.
also turned that from having to grate and boil into an instant form of drinking chocolate. So no longer you have to grate and boil and go through all the long process of having to enjoy a traditional cup of chocolate. You have it in the instant form. You could actually keep it in your office desk
Mhm.
now and enjoy it at work or anywhere you go.
Okay.
So uh,
Yeah. Well, tell me. Okay. To get to that point, you must have a source. Okay. So where you source the cocoa, is it from an
well,
estate, a heritage? Uh,
all 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 our cocoa
mhm.
comes from the community or neighboring communities like Montevideo and Matlot.
Oh.
Even almost all our spices
Mhm.
also comes from the community, like our cinnamon, our clove, our tonka bean, nutmegs. Um, Everything comes from the community, and by doing such, what we have recognized is that we actually motivating and encouraging people to reopen and start back up all these abandoned estates that they have, because recognizing that they're getting a better price for their beans right here close to home, where
Mhm.
they do have to spend money to go into Grandie or beyond and get less for it.
Oh,
So all our products from the community.
good. Nice. So these areas have a an expanded estate that can really supply, because sometimes demand and supply and demand can be a problem.
Well, right now because of the things that we are doing,
Mhm.
we fermented and drying ourselves. Um, we are not at the stage to take beans from everybody because the amount of offers we now getting,
Oh,
we not at that stage as yet
mhm.
to be able to take all the beans that has been offered.
Now you spoke about tanko bean and the different fruits. So if I should call them fruits that you deal with,
Mhm.
is it part of the production of the chocolate? Are the different flavors and stuff?
Yes, these go into different types of chocolate depending on what you're making.
Mhm.
The different spices go in. As I said before, we have 6 flavors,
Yeah.
which I will name them for you.
Hmm.
We have a cinnamon, sorrel,
Hmm.
orange, 5 spice, the regular which has no spices,
Hmm.
and a mint.
Oh,
So these are the 6 flavors together with the drinking chocolate that we turn into an instant form.
okay, okay. So tell me exactly where. Can you give us a location as to where in Grand River this chocolate factory is?
We are located at 216 Hosang Street, Grand River,
Hmm.
in the Grand River Tourism Development or the Grand River Visitor Information Center.
Hmm.
Um, the same building when you come to the watching,
Oh, okay.
that you come to get your tickets and so on to go on to the beach.
Yeah.
We are located in one of the rooms to the back there.
Okay. Tell us about the factory. How is it designed? I mean, it
Well,
can only be an imagination for someone like me.
well, honestly speaking, we are. It's just a simple room
Hmm.
with small machinery in it because, as I said, we are artisan chocolate makers
Yeah.
or handmade, and we just have this small equipment. Keep try to maintain and keep a clean, nice scene, and have the equipment and station out different sections of the building. One room, we
Hmm.
do everything. And some people when they come and they see the chocolate, they ask, "You all make all this inside here?" But yeah, you have to work with it with what you have. You know,
Right.
you make the best of what you have.
Okay. So how much employees are employed with this company? Just the people around? Tell me how much.
Well, we have 4 directors, and that's what we have now. We have trained other people in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the things when we started off, we trained people as a stepping stone to big up introducing them to the job market, and you train, you start to work. But as far as they get something bigger, better, they move on.
Okay.
Um, one of the things, one of my dreams right now is hoping to turn that chocolate room or chocolate factory
Mm-hmm.
into a regular 9 to 5 job that we'll be able to pay NIS and health surcharge and everything.
Oh,
And if somebody comes and asks an employee, where are you working? They could proudly say the Grand River Chocolate Company. So that is one of the aim, one of the goals
mhm.
towards the future.
Okay. What about branding and packaging and stuff? All that happens
Well,
right there?
one of the things we did when we started off together with Brasso Seco,
Mm-hmm.
we created a umbrella body
Hmm.
called ARC, Alliance of Rural Communities,
Okay.
and they have helped tremendously in terms of marketing and promoting, even packaging. Whilst we were able to concentrate on more on perfecting our product,
Hmm.
so both work hand in hand. Now we out there in about 40 different stores, government stores. We in places like um, Massey stores, JTA, Extra Foods,
Right.
Full Bloom.
Hmm.
That's the name of few.
Okay. How would you personally describe the quality if you had to, like, you have this opportunity now to tell people about the quality as compared to like Cadbury or, or any other brand name chocolate? How you rate?
You kind of put them in between a rock and a hard place because I don't like to be bashing other people products, but at the same time,
Hmm.
a lot of the big chocolate makers are going with a lot of preservatives and different stuff in artificial stuff in their chocolates, We don't have that. All our stuff is natural. We don't have no artificial preservatives and so on.
Mhm.
We don't make milk chocolate. We stick with the healthy stuff.
Yeah.
It's at 60% dark,
Mhm.
and soon we will have we'll go to the higher percentage coming on the market.
Okay, okay, I mean, I'm asking about the packaging. So if I'm to go to the grocery store or a supermarket, and I'm looking for this Grand Riviere chocolate, what kind of label should I look for?
The labeling you will have their mark together with Brassico. Each community that's under the umbrella body, the
Mhm.
name of the company would be the name of the community. So, like for Grand Riviere, be Grand Riviere Chocolate Company,
Yeah.
and Brasso will be Brasso Seco Chocolate Company.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and we all we together in the one rack.
What kind of assistance you've had from, let's say, like the authoritative people, like the Ministry of Agriculture, food production? What kind of assistance or any alliance you
Um, thus far, none really, but we have some things in the pipeline. Hopefully, things are gonna pan out better this year. It promises to be better. What I would do say is people like there's a guy with the CDC, the Cocoa Development Company,
Yeah.
Matthew. He is the Matthew Escalante. He's the officer for on this side, and in terms of helping develop the fermenting and drying process,
Mhm.
really they went around retraining and retooling the farmers to bring back the standard of cocoa and cocoa production in Trinidad.
Yeah, because I know it's been bandied around, and I believe that we supply one of the best cocoa products, or cocoa
Yeah.
seeds, if I should say, for the manufacture of chocolate and cocoa stuff. Walk us through the process. You're talking about fermenting and drying, and when you get the beans from these sources, what happens next?
So when you get the beans, we purchase our beans wet from the farmers. So
Right.
we eliminate that product, and it also gives you a sort of control over your product to maintain your standard.
Mm-hmm.
So when we get the beans, there's what we call a fermenting or sweat box, where we line the box. At the bottom of the box, it's a wooden box built with cedar,
Yeah.
and there's holes and slots in the bottom of the box to be able to drain. We line it with banana leaves,
Mm-hmm.
pour our beans in it, cover them down tightly, and allow it. You don't count the first day.
Mm-hmm.
2 days after that first day, you then turn. When you open that box, you just get a strong wine smell coming out from that box.
Yeah.
The top of the box is be very hot, and then you go down. As you go down deeper in the box, it gets warm until the bottom gets cold. So you need to turn that bean so it will flip,
Mm-hmm.
and to get an even ferment throughout your box. So
Okay.
every 2 days, and we ferment for 6 to 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when you're stifling, you want your box to reach a temperature between 45 to 50 degrees,
Okay.
and that literally kills the bean. So when that bean dies and you finish fermenting, you put out to dry. When you put out to dry, if you have good sunlight, anywhere between 5 to 6 days, your beans can be properly well dry.
Okay.
It sort of preserve your beans. Hence the reason they were able to make the long journey to a lot of these foreign land that making the chocolate, buying it cheaply and making the chocolate and selling it back to us very expensive.
Yes, 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 and I'm happy to have spoke with Dennis and Mr. and Len about this, because I need to promote this so that people will understand we should keep our chocolate beans and process it, and do the
Yeah.
production work so we can enjoy our very own stuff and at a better quality also. Now tell
Yeah.
me about the challenges. Grand Riviere, one time I used to live in Arima. I lived in Arima for like 4 years, and I used to,
Mm.
my friends used to say, "Well, you living in a bathroom. It's always raining and stuff." What are the weather challenges you guys have?
Well, one, it the weather system nowadays on the extreme.
Mm,
If it's dry, it's extremely dry. If it's wet, it's extremely wet.
Yes.
Our roads, well, these last days they're not as bad as they used to, so people are getting here a lot easier. But in terms, especially during the rainy season, we just have a lot of power outages and so on. So sometimes production down because um, of no electricity. These are some of the things that rural communities suffer with. Most of the times we are not a priority in the countryside. So we had to wait. But I must say kudos to TNTech. I think there's one of the best utility outlet they have, because of late they just take 3 and 4 days to a week again to be able to see about that problem. Yeah, within a matter of hours or a day. With most of the times they get it solved.
Okay.
So
Okay. Go ahead.
So these is just some of the challenges. In the chocolate room itself, one of the new challenge that developed, because we have things like the foodie tours and we are ecotourism destination. The chocolate room is literally outgrowing the small equipments we have.
Yeah.
The demand right now is a lot higher than the output, than the supply.
Yeah, well, I touched on that a little while before about demand. I mean, I don't want you to put all your business out in the open, but how you plan to address that? I mean,
Well, right now we're talking to one or two of the government agencies. So we're looking forward to working with them. Some of them looking very promising. Keeping our fingers crossed by the grace of God that things gonna happen, so that we can get bigger equipment to make us more efficient and self-reliant. Because most of the time when we ask for help, we asking for a hand up, not a handout.
That's right. Yes.
So that at least that is our mindset. Hand up, not handout. We asking for help to make it to be able to help ourselves.
Yeah, to make it a national kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that will also entail you having a different location. I mean, I'm not saying like away from.
No, we're actually working on that right now to move over into the building. There's 2 buildings in the yard that to move over to a bigger room in the same area. So we're working on all that as we speak.
Yeah. So now it's a nice eco destination, like you said, teaming with the turtle and all of that. What are the responses of the community, across the board? What kind of interest, what kind of response you feel from them as a cocoa producer and chocolate maker, if I should put it like that?
Actually, it's quite nice, because you have a lot of farmers that and young people that the elder ones died and the land was in abandon.
Yeah.
And because of the chocolate company, and we buying the beans from them, you're having the spin-off effect. And one of the things we always try to do is keep the money circulating in the community for as long as we possibly could.
Yes.
That enriches your community. So, and with the growing of the ecotourism product, it's starting to happen because a majority of people, I would say between 85 to 90% of the people in the community are employed in the ecotourism sector in Grand Riviere.
Oh, great. And where partnering are concerned, or is concerned, would you partner with any of the private sector to expand on your manufacturing and packaging and all of that? Or is the idea of moving into a new building with bigger machinery, will it accommodate packaging and marketing, especially on an international scale?
Well, people are looking at us to go international but we don't want to rush the brush and get dabbed. What we want to do is further develop our packages, our marketing, and everything.
Mhm.
Get proper control on our local and whilst we setting up ourselves to go international, because it doesn't make sense you run into go international, and if somebody places a big order, you
Mhm.
can't supply.
I
So
understand.
immediately you will lose those markets.
Yeah.
So we're taking our time and build a proper foundation
Mhm.
to work off of. That platform must be solid. So when we take the leap into those waters, we are stable.
Okay. Okay. Tell me something. If I should come to Grand Riviere, would I see those? There was a time when the estates looked a kind of way, like a shed. It's like a shed with a very high floor under the shed, where they did all the
Well,
beam work and stuff. Is
well,
that
we do have our cocoa house, our drying house, but it's not the high shed that because these high sheds used to be more and on the smaller estates where people have like a living quarters underneath and
oh,
drying the cocoa on top. But
okay.
like Grand Riviere, in terms of the estate yard, there's where all the produce from the estates around, which was the Mount Pleasant estate, used to come to that place to be processed.
Right.
Back in those days, you had things like the coastal steamers that used to come up and collect produce and so on, taken back and forth, right?
Right.
So we have one of the cocoa house there that actually dates back to the 1800s,
Yeah.
and we started to repair it recently. And when we touched it, we realized we didn't. The extent of the damage was greater than we thought. But
Mhm.
to save it and ourselves, what we did, we fused the modern with the old.
Oh,
So we eliminate the wheels, so we would have to be moving the roof up and down, and we replace the wheels by making the roof stationary with the poly V sheets that instead of you had to roll the roof open to get the sunlight, when you
yes.
replace them with those poly V sheets, those UV resistant sheets, the
Mm.
sunlight comes straight through.
Yeah.
So this is working quite well for us.
Great, 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 great.
Yeah.
It sounds fantastic. So
Mhm.
when
You,
one
you,
comes,
you need to come and take a look.
yes, I promised Len that I will, and trust me, soon come I will. I,
Uh,
as a matter of fact, probably during the month of June, I'm going to visit. Is June a good time to come up there?
well, actually, that is a great time. You have a lot of adults and you have a lot of hatchlings, so you'll get best of both worlds.
Nice, 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 nice.
Uh,
So tell me,
And
yeah, go ahead.
Grand Riviere, as we're talking about turtles, Grand Riviere is also home to one of our endemic species, and was an endangered species such as the Pawi or Trinidad piping one.
Yes, the
Grand
park.
Riviere is the easiest viewing point on the island for that bird.
Okay, okay. So when one comes to Grand River, you can be exposed to turtle, the sighting of the Pawi, and your chocolate.
Chocolate, rivers, and waterfalls, the gorge. We, we have we have a host of things that you could do when you come to Grand Riviere.
Okay, okay. So if people would want to contact you guys, social media is the thing now. I know
Yeah.
you guys are, kind of remote. I don't know what kind of problems you might have with social media connection. I think tell us about your platforms in case people
Um,
can connect.
Well, we now working on that. We as an organization, that is one of our weak points. But we do have a Instagram page, and that would be Grand Riviere Chocolate Company. It's the one. There's two Grand Riviere Chocolate Company, but the one we're using right now would be the one with the heart. The chocolates make a heart shape.
Oh, okay.
All
Two,
right.
two, two chocolate factories, you say?
No, with two Instagram page. That's a long story.
Oh, okay.
Well, but the one that we're using right now would be the one with the chocolates forming a heart shape.
Oh,
And
okay.
I could give a contact number here.
Yes.
353
353
4161
61
All right, and that's also our WhatsApp number. So
Okay.
you could reach me at that number if they feel.
Good. So if people want to order, I mean, people who listening now might say, "Wow, I need to have some of this chocolate, and I need to put in an order." You go through this number, and you
Yes,
guys have boxes.
everything could be arranged. If it's a small order, we could point you in the direction to get it out there. And if it's a bigger order where um economically it covers the cost,
Mhm,
transport and everything to get it to you, we
mhm.
will bring it. We will deliver it.
Great, great, great. Speaking about the economy, um, well, from what you've said, with the farmers being uh, um, rejuvenated, if I should say, to get back into
Yeah, especially the matlab farmers.
the matelot farmers.
Hmm.
Outside of them, how does that impact the economy of the area itself? You know, when you take into consideration the farmers. You know, when I go to the east back in the days, I was looking for honey, I looking for all kind of things that people come out to sell. Did that spur people on to coming out and doing their little private businesses to improve the economy of the area?
Well, yes, because well, one, we buying more because before the one or two farmers they had us track their beans down to Sandy Grande or beyond.
Yeah.
They were getting it at they were getting less money for it
Hmm. Hmm.
in Grande. They now from Matla to here is just 7.5 miles.
Right.
Most of the time you could get a drop up the road, so that costs you to reach Grand
Hmm.
River with your beans.
Yeah.
All they do is call us, so we be in place to collect it. We pay you for your beans. We pay it at a higher price because we're making the end product. So we
Yes.
try to share, let the wealth share around the community.
Yes.
So not to say, well, the Grand River Chocolate Company making the bulk and nothing is being trickled down to the communities and the farmers and then so we pay a little more for our beans from our farmers so
Yeah.
they can enjoy some of that wealth also.
Oh, great, great. Now tell me, is there a difference in the beans, let's say from Brasso Seco and from Matlet? Can you identify differences in the quality of the beans?
Well, I wouldn't say so, but because from how to put it, from estate to estate
Hmm.
in on the same estate, beans planted on in different areas could give you different flavors because
Right.
our the cocoa is that sensitive. And on the majority of the estates is the Trinitario. Trinitario is a crossbred between the Criollo and the Forestario,
Hmm.
right? They cross pollination, and we have that now. And that took the best of both worlds. So it's high in flavor, is a little more resistant. It bears a lot. So on the whole, Trinidad have one of the best beans globally.
Yes, I know that. I've read about that. I've heard people talk about it, and I beat my chest. I walk like a pigeon in Woodford Square when I talk about it. Tell me about research and stuff. What kind of research are you guys into to like thinking about the future, where you would like it to go? What kind of research? Because I know there might be brilliant youths in the area who are leaning to scientific sort of endeavors and stuff.
Well, honestly speaking, we haven't really diving into the science and so on of it.
Hmm.
We more from where we started off was more on the production mode and so on. Learning to make chocolate was our excitement. You was
Hmm.
excited. Hey, we exporting the raw product all the time, and we
Yes.
could actually make the finished product here now. So that in itself is a major excitement.
Good.
And as time rolling on, we quickly realized that hey, this thing is much bigger than we think. So the field is so vast and so wide that I think this could be a major production or export field for Trinidad globally in the near future.
Good. Great. 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 What else can you tell me about Grand Riviere and its chocolate manufacturing, or anything else you want to tell me about the area You spoke about the rivers and waterfalls and all of that. Um, are they all? Well, I can't remember how Grand River is. I've been up on that side, having fun. So when you're having fun, you don't really.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're really paying attention.
no, but
Um, Grand River and environments is one of the few pristine areas you still have remaining in the country. Um, our rivers and waterfalls, once you go upstream to the waterfall and upstream in the rivers, you can literally drink the water because there's no agriculture or people living above them. And the waters are crystal clear. We have the gorge. If you visit that, you may want to take a permanent residency there. I mean, the forest, when you walk into the forest, um, it stems from abandoned estates to um, secondary, primary, and into virgin forest. So we still have that sort of quality. Um, we still have almost all the game species and so on. Almost 200 species of birds. So it's wide. It's uh undiscovered treasure.
my God.
I would put it, for lack of a better word, right now.
Yes, 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 yes. Nice. Well, you said quite a lot there, and I look forward to coming to see it myself, and
Mm.
to help promote it also. Being a media person, I'll always remind you or remind people of what's happening in Grand River because Len told me a lot about the turtle watch and the hatchlings and all of that. So I'm hoping to come up there sometime in June and see if I can get a hands-on look at
All right.
what's going on and stuff. I will come and meet with you guys, and it will be surely will be a pleasure.
Yeah, because seeing is believing. We don't want you or the people out there to feel well. We just talking the talk and we're not walking the walk.
Yes.
When you come to Grand River, you realize it's the first red light district in Grand River in Trinidad and
Yeah.
Tobago, and
Yeah.
not in a bad sense.
Yes.
Our street lights and so on from a certain end of the village, where those bright lights and so on may be reflecting onto the beach to Hamburg, the turtles are all red. So
Mhm.
because the turtles see red less
Right.
than the other lights. So you will see that the community is actually trying to go as eco as possible and really develop all. Chocolates is just one of the aspect that complements the community.
Okay. Great. 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 What else can you tell me? Anything else?
But other than we are for warm and friendly community that
Mm.
treats you special when you come here.
Yes.
Um, we're looking forward to see him.
Yes, of course I'll be there. I'll be there. And I certainly will spread the word. And well, I will be coming by myself. I'll organize a little team and we come up
Mhm.
so that I'm going to enjoy my stay. I am telling myself it's going to be a real experience
All
of
right.
a lifetime.
So, what I would also like to add, one of the things, two tours directly out of the Grand River Chocolate Company
Yeah.
would be an estate tour,
Mhm.
where we take you onto an estate and show you, explain estate life to you.
Yeah.
And the other one is the bean to bar tour, whereby we give you history on the cocoa, history on the area, the
Mhm.
fermenting and drying process. We take you in and show you how we actually make the chocolate.
Mhm.
And that comes with a complimentary hot cup of chocolate
Yeah.
and a bar.
Oh,
So these are some of the things that we do.
yeah, yeah. That is something I should have touched on a little more. That heritage from the old time days of operation when we had those kind of cocoa houses where the roofs moved and think to now that is part of the dispensation of the information about the cocoa industry up there.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
It
great.
is.
So
It is.
it's highly educational slash historical also.
Yeah. So we invite the general public to call, make a booking, come up,
Mm,
enjoy.
yes.
And really see how beautiful the northeast coast of Trinidad is.
Yes, yes, yes. I promise you I will be there. I'm going to try to come up in the month of June sometime. I'm not exactly, I don't have a date pinpointed as yet, but for certain, I will call you so that, and I will call Len also. I would like to meet you
Yeah,
guys in person so that I can get a real hands on experience of what's happening up
but you will be the judge when you get here.
there. Mr. Alexander, I want to thank you so very much. It's been
Uh,
very interesting. We've been streaming live on Facebook and the YouTube, so
uh,
that's a plus for advertising or promoting the what's happening in Grand River.
all right, thank you.
I look forward to
It's been my pleasure to be part and
yeah.
to really let the general public know what
Mhm.
we're doing up here.
Yes, it's been fantastic. I really enjoyed this conversation. I look forward to meeting with you and probably doing this again sometime in the future.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you so very much.
All right.
That was Mr. Nicholas Alexander, chairman of the Grand Riviere Chocolate Company. Of course, it's been a pleasure chatting with him. So now you know you should just make a booking. You can call 353-4161. It's also a WhatsApp number. You can connect with Mr. Nicholas Alexander, and he'll walk you through the whole experience. So it's been fantastic here at Power 102 Digital Tuesday for Trinidad Chocolate and the cocoa production in Grand Riviere